Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 20th. I'm John Collier. We're going to work. I'm sharing with you this morning with a sad heart as I've learned the passing of Rovi Zacharias yesterday. I have a small number of authors and speakers that I follow, their work, and it sharpens me. It sharpens my own understanding of faith and truth. Rovi was one of those people that I listened to on my way to work with my podcast app. I loved how Rovi taught with a system that used to help people think for themselves in ways they never had before. One of the things that I really think that Rovi's greatest achievements, outside and apart from his family, was the raising up of this ministry. This ministry that had a raising up young apologetics to go around the world and teach the truth. So, congratulations, Rovi, on finishing the race. Our thoughts and prayers go out to your personal friends and family. We're going to miss that guy. As we get ready to go to work, I'm praying that you and I will be able to bring some encouragement and joy to someone today. And that usually happens as we engage with others through conversations. So as I look through today's headlines in business, one jumped out at me the most. It was Johnson & Johnson to stop selling baby powder in US and Canada. So now, to be honest, I kind of forgot about hearing all about these lawsuits that have been going against with those people claiming their cancer was because of baby powder. I don't know much about the backstory, but open up with a conversation of some, did you hear? And that story is going to get people talking. Everybody has some history with baby powder, I would hope. The Guardian reported last October, the Johnson & Johnson company voluntarily recalled a batch of its baby powder after the Food and Drug Administration regulators found trace amounts of asbestos in the baby powder. The company said 33,000 bottles of powder would be recalled out of an abundance of caution. Yeah. I talk a lot about how we are to look out for one another and be willing to make tough decisions to ensure the safety of others as much as reasonably possible. It will be interesting to hear how many people at work will think this is silly or appreciate these small steps of safety. The second story, and I'm going to leave you guys with this story here. It's a little bit more hits home for many of us. And you need to check out the second article I saw in USA Today. Coronavirus store closing. Pier 1 Imports to shutter all stores nationwide in bankruptcy. The article talked about how more retailers are expected to file for bankruptcy and more stores are expected to close because of the impact of COVID-19. JCPenney, which filed for bankruptcy Friday, said it plans to close like 242 locations. Man, with companies being impacted by the loss of business during the pandemic, we can be grateful to the knowledge that our provision doesn't come from any one company and that God can bring the provision that we need. Maybe your workplace is feeling just fine and even busier than ever. Or maybe you are one of these businesses that you don't know if you're going to make it through the end of the year. And when you see someone today that is feeling discouraged, remind them that there are areas in our economy that are thriving through this and that there are great paying jobs or new businesses to start for everyone. Man, bring a little bit of hope. Someone who might be feeling down this morning. My study group and I have continued to read through with the Read Scripture app every day. And today we're going through the fourth and seventh chapters of Job. Now today's portion starts off with talking about if one ventures a word with you, will you be impatient? Yet who can keep from speaking? Behold, you have instructed many, and you have strengthened the weak hands. Your words have upheld him who was stumbling, and you have made firm the feeble knees. But now it has come to you, and you are impatient. It touches you, and you are dismayed. Is not your fear of God your confidence, and the integrity of your way your hope? Remember, who that was innocent ever perished, or where were the upright cut off? And as I have seen, these who plow iniquity, sow trouble, reap the same. Man, if you plow iniquity and sow trouble, you will reap the same. That is some writing that we need to reread a few times a day to really get the weight of what is trying to be said. Man, if you haven't read the first 3 chapters, you'll want to go back and do that. Then take some quiet time during one of your breaks. Sit in silence and reread the first part of chapter 4 a few times. Let it speak to you today. Man, so as you're going to work today, pray that our products and services are helping our customers feel safe, that struggling businesses will find ways to transition to ways that will grow their business, and that we are always sowing good seeds, not just into others, but into ourselves. Speak life into ourselves, because that's what we're going to reap.